A common feeling that people have is that people have to really want to quit, or people have to plan their quit in advance. They have to set quit dates to do this. That they really have to be ready, and they almost need to know that they're ready. And I have another video already addressing this to some degree on setting quit dates, and I'm going to attach that in the description here, so I don't have to spend a lot of time on that. But I want to point out something that's not in that video, and that is I've actually dealt with a lot of people who came into my clinic who, in a way, had no real intention of quitting smoking, who eventually did quit smoking while in the program. And when I mean, and some people would say, well, if they were there, they had some intention of quitting smoking. Well, no, I've had people come in who the only reason they showed up in the room, the only reason is they had a family member dragging them in, or a doctor saying you had to go to this program before they would do something. Now, they couldn't make them quit, but they could at least, say you have to go to the program. But I had people coming in with the attitude, hey, I went to the program, it didn't work, leave me alone, I can't do this. And that was why they showed up in the room. I also had people, and these were even some of our more favorite ones, who were tricked into the clinic, where a family member or friend said, come on, let's go out, and they didn't know where they were going, and they literally brought them into the smoking clinic with no clue that that's what they were coming into. And I had people show up under this pretense. Now, if you were to have asked those people the day of, did you ever think about quitting smoking? Are you thinking about quitting smoking? Do you want to quit smoking? There's a pretty good chance that most of them would have said no to most of that. They may have said, I thought about it at some point, but they weren't thinking about it that day. But some of those people actually do pull it off. Was it most of them? Of course not. But there were some. And I want to analyze those particular instances. There were a lot of people like this. It wasn't the majority, but over a 30-year period in live programs, there were a lot of people who fit into that category of either coming in to get someone off their back or being tricked into the program, and yet quitting smoking. Now, I don't even want to come off giving this concept that I got them to quit smoking when they had no real interest or motivation. They didn't want to quit smoking. Because, that's not accurate. Yes, they were tricked into a program that they had not given any thought to. But you know what? There's a pretty good chance that most of those people had, at one point, and maybe, close to that point in time, had wanted to quit smoking. Well, that's another real important issue, though. I think most smokers at some point want to quit smoking when they either face a price hike in cigarettes, when they face some sort of new restriction on where they can smoke, when they're facing a medical implication, when they're facing some social pressure. Oh, there's all these little things going on that makes smoking kind of annoying to people. And there are points when those people want to quit smoking. But they don't understand what they need to do it. And that's what getting those people in the room did for them. I tried to cover 4 major areas when I did the first session with the clinic. I tried to help people understand why they smoked, why they should stop, and how to stay off. Many of these people had prior times where they wanted to quit smoking, but they didn't understand all 4 of those areas. And it's really important to understand the importance of understanding all 4 of them. Understanding 1 or 2 of them by themselves may not be enough. Understanding why they smoke is crucial, because so many people are convinced that they need cigarettes to do the things that cigarettes are so good at doing. Again, it gives them energy when they're dragged out. It calms them down when they're nervous. It makes them able to socialize better. It makes them able to be more productive. Oh, they've got all these beliefs, and they believe that cigarettes do all these things for them, and if they quit, they're going to lose all these benefits. Well, in the section that I cover, and I'll attach videos into this description again that address those issues, all the things that people thought cigarettes were doing for them, they weren't. They were in many ways doing it to them. It was making most of those situations that they thought were somehow being enhanced by smoking, it was making them worse. So once they understand that, it takes away many of the fears that they have in quitting and how their life will be altered in such a bad way. Yeah, their life may very well get altered, but they won't be bad alterations. The other area that I cover in that first session, one of the 4, is the danger of smoking. And most people say, well, they don't need to know that because they already know that smoking is dangerous. But again, and I'll attach videos addressing this, people understand smoking is dangerous, but they don't understand the magnitude of the danger. It is so far off scale of all the other things out there that people are thinking, well, they don't do this, they don't do this, they don't do this, all they do is smoke. They don't understand the magnitude of the risk of smoking. It is very far off the scale of all these other things that people are generally thinking are the lifestyle issues, which are, have dangerous components. And when people are asked, where do cigarettes fit into the list, they're usually going to put it down on the fifth, the sixth, the 10th variable of how dangerous, certain activities are. Well, the fact is, cigarettes are probably killing more than all the other activities on the list combined. And again, I'll attach videos addressing that issue. How to quit smoking, that one is a real shocker for people. Because again, if they've done any research, if they've tried to quit in the past and went for help to do it, there's a pretty good chance that helped discourage them, because they were told that they had to use this product and that product that will enhance your chance of success. You can't do it without these products, and these products don't work. And they've tried these products and they couldn't quit, and they were already taught that they can't quit without them. Well, they can't quit with them, and now they're taught they can't quit without them, and they have nothing ever, countering that information. Well, I countered that information in these programs, and I counter it online. I try to help people understand it is the way that the majority of people quit. It is the most successful way to quit smoking, is by not using all the products that everyone is being told that they have to use. So how to quit smoking is also an important variable. And then how to stay off. Because some of these people have quit before, but they can never sustain it. And you'll hear them say, I can go a day or two or three. And then more tragic stories of how they were off for months or years, and then they couldn't sustain it. They lost the quit, and now they figure, why even start? Because I know I can't keep it going. And that comes down to, again, people not really being taught about the addiction. By the fact that you can't get so far away from it that you feel so good, you hate it so much, you think it's so stupid, there's just no way you could ever allow yourself to be that person again. So if I take a cigarette every now and then, I'll be okay because I am so adverse to having to be a smoker. That's not understanding the addiction. And if they can understand that, then they understand what they need to do to keep the quit going once they keep it going. So the question that I'm kind of posing in here, can you enhance a person's motivation to want to quit? To some degree. But can you enhance their chance of quitting and of successfully pulling off a quit? That can be done big time if you get them to understand what they need to do to quit and the importance of doing it. And that's the material that we provided throughout the whyquit.com site, that I have throughout the Freedom from Nicotine site, that we have in the Facebook group that is out there, the Turkeyville site. It's trying to help people understand that it can be done, how to do it, and these resources are there to help supplement all those components of understanding that can really help enhance a person's ability to quit. Once you got to quit going, it's the same thing as the same motivations that can get people started. They can keep them off forever. It's, again, understanding the concept of addiction that they dealt with as all the time that they were using, that they had to understand to be able to break free. And now it's a matter of, if you want to keep the quit going, it's sticking to the personal commitment to never take another puff.